Colbert, teasing Al about he had been there for all the great civil rights stories. And Al, you handled him like a gentleman. I didn't realize you broke that story.
It was only 150 years ago, Margaret. I must tell you that Stephen Colbert is the most enjoyable person to be in a television set with that's not named Brennan. He really is. He is just engaging. And I was scared before him, but gosh, he's great.
I see. You told me yesterday this was your favorite show. Did you tell Stephen that?
Well, I kind of fudged.
Hey. Well, you know, if somebody is having a big birthday tomorrow, and I'm sure President Obama can try to celebrate a little bit more now that the debt deal is off the table, at least for the moment. Are we going to see festivities really out in the open?
We're going to see a lot of cash.
Yeah.
If that's what you want for your birthday, Barack Obama's going to do very well. It's going to be campaign cash, but he'll raise a lot of money. He has the debt ceiling behind him. That's the best thing that can be said about it. It wasn't any great achievement. It wasn't any great victory. I think it's caused certainly problems within his party, for him, within his base, the public perception. But he has some time to recoup now, and it would have been a disaster if he hadn't gotten an increase in the debt ceiling.
No, and you made the point last night to Colbert as well that this wasn't clearly a win, though, for the Republicans either, in that it shows how difficult it is to get the party in line, essentially, and to get on the same page at the negotiating table. It doesn't bode well for that super committee.
No, it doesn't, Margaret. Look, if the goal right now in looking at economic policy is to do something to try to help the economy add jobs in the short term, and if the goal in the long term is try to address an unsustainable budget deficit, this deal did basically neither. It doesn't do anything for jobs in the short run, and it doesn't make any real dent on the budget deficit over the longer haul.
Well, at least, you know, lawmakers can take their summer vacation now. So the president can, in some ways, own the airwaves. How does he communicate that job creation? Where are they going to come from? I mean, we're going to have to see him in front of microphones on Friday, I imagine, when this jobs number comes out.
Part of the problem, Margaret, you're right, there's not a Congress here. He doesn't have a exclusive franchise, but he has a bigger megaphone probably than even usual. But what's the message? What's he going to say? It's little stuff. It's the trade deals. It's the patent reform. It's hopefully he'll push, or he says, hopefully Congress will advocate, will go along with extending the payroll tax holidays. None of that adds up to any kind of big jobs program.
No.
He doesn't have a whole lot he can do.
No, and the worry is also from the ratings agency's point of view, not just on the debt deal that's now signed, but can we continue to see economic growth that'll help support revenue creation and help pay down debt as well? I mean, we're not out of the woods, it would seem, in terms of the credit health of this country. That's still going to be a worry for the president.
Oh, I think absolutely. As you know, Marty Feldstein yesterday, I guess, told Tom Keene 50% chance of going back to a double-dip recession, a little bit more pessimistic than people are here. But no one is forecasting robust growth over the next year, you know, maybe 2.5% next year. That doesn't get you back to the kind of economy that you want. That doesn't produce the kind of revenues. That doesn't generate the kind of deficit reduction that you would hope for. So I think we're far from out of the woods.
And it puts some pressure, I would imagine, on the candidates who are trying to vie for President Obama's office to come up with some sort of suggestion on what they would do to create jobs. I mean, if you can't say you want more stimulus because you can't pay for it, how do you create jobs?
Well, they all will come out for tax cuts.
Yeah.
Now, if you ask them how they pay for it, they often revert to, well, they pay for themselves because of economic growth. That's not a credible position right now, but that's certainly going to be the position they're going to hold. And like any opposition party, they will mainly run against the incumbent.
Gosh, Al Hunt, still your favorite show, you promise, despite that Colbert
I said Colbert's my favorite anchor, not named Brennan.
You were up late and you still made today's show, so I appreciate that.
Thank you, Margaret.
Thanks very much.